What I found so great about these when I came across them is, well, for one thing, they were together. There was the set. Don't know. Sorry, Norman. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda. I'm a very small reseller on eBay, Niknax, and also on Whatnot. I do a live sale every Saturday on Whatnot at 7 p.m. Please come and join me for that. There will be a link to this coming Saturday's live sale in the description of the video. And there's also a couple links for my eBay and Niknax stores there as well. So feel free to go check those out also. I wanted to start this video out on kind of a good note. Not that all my videos aren't on a good note, I guess. So I don't know what that means, but sort of like a what sold kind of thing. And I kind of wanted to show people that yes, it can and does in fact happen. That you can find things at a lower price and turn around and sell them for more than what you paid. And does it happen every time you go out and about sourcing? Absolutely not. Heck no. There's a lot of times that I leave completely empty-handed, and I have no problem with that. I have plenty of inventory to list. There's occasional times that I go out and I happen to find something. I get lucky. It's not always because I have this superb wealth of knowledge locked away. I mean, there's a lot in there, but you know, when you're out and about, it's hard to always recall that stuff. I have to go back and reference my notes and my collector's reference books and, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's why sometimes when I'm showing you guys stuff, you'll see I have little notes written on it, little tags. And that's because I hadn't taken the time to like really prep it and list it yet, but I knew that about it at the time and wanted it on there so that I either didn't have to look it up again when it came time to list it, or it at least gave me like a good direction to go in to find more information when I did go to list it. So if that makes sense. First, I'd like to show you a real quick replay from the day that I went to Goodwill from a couple videos ago. And what had happened was I was basically walking around for half an hour, really not finding much of anything, turned off my phone, stopped recording, and they were pulling out a couple cards. I didn't bother turning my phone back on because there really hadn't been a whole lot to film the whole time I was there, so I wasn't expecting to find anything. And lo and behold, what they pulled out, I did. I mean, it wasn't a lot. It was just a couple things that I ended up finding, but I wanted to show you a quick replay of the video. I kind of did a little haul after the video to show you guys what I actually wound up finding while I was there, since I didn't get it on video in the store. So while I show you the quick replay, I'm also going to put up some screenshots of the listing that I had in eBay, which is the platform that they sold on. So let's take a look. So here I think is the score of the trip. These are Andrea by Sadiq, and as far as I can tell from what I'm finding, they're basically called Lion with Golden Orb, Foo Dog style lion, that kind of thing. They're both still marked with their original stickers. No chips, no cracks, no damage on either of them that I can find. I will put a couple comps up on the screen, as well as a couple like current listings. So they can sell for pretty good money. I think on Cherish, this set is listed, it looks like they started it at like $220, and then they have them on sale right now for $195 or $185, something like that. There's somebody that has it listed for $50 just for one of them. All right, that was super exciting, right? But I wanted to show you guys that, you know, I had found these guys and they were $2.99 or $3.99 a piece. I spent $5 or $6 for the set of them. While I think that these are super cool and do carry a value to them, you know, more than certainly $2.99 or $3.99 a piece, I don't know that they were the 200 range, which is why I didn't price them that high. I think that they are super awesome, and we're going to talk a little bit about Andrea by Sadiq, the company and stuff. They have a very high standard for quality of the products, which is why you see these gorgeous, like they're known for the bisque bird figurines that they do in all different types of birds and everything. I mean, and they are just crazy astounding. I mean, they're beautiful pieces. I don't know that I've ever really seen something produced by Andrea by Sadiq that really wasn't up to that standard of quality. So anyways, we're gonna look a little bit closer at these guys real quick too. All right guys, so I printed out something for me to share with you so that I could recall it all. But it's just a little bit of history on Andrea by Sadiq, and I thought it would maybe be helpful for some folks if they had a little basis for the understanding of the company and everything, how it got its name, all that kind of stuff too. So Andrea by Sadiq, or Charles Sadiq Import Company, or J. Wilfred, is headquartered in New Rochelle, New York. The company was founded by Charles and Norman Sadiq in 1936. It is still owned and operated by the Sadiq family. Charles's son, Jim, his wife, Sandra, manage the day-to-day operations. Jim's sister, Andrea, is the namesake of the company, and the Sadiq is from her father, Charles Sadiq. Andrea by Sadiq works with factories all around the world, creating over 3,000 unique designs for home accessories. Each product is held to a very high quality standard, and the company tries to keep the prices for their items low. They are currently a leader in the gift and tableware industry, and they come out with new designs annually. Sadiq is known for their beautiful and handcrafted bisque porcelain, flower, and bird figurines, and for their extensive collections of figural salt and pepper shakers, tea sets, lamps, and dinnerware. Andrea by Sadiq has showrooms in Atlanta, Dallas, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York, and at their corporate headquarters and warehouse in New Rochelle, New York. They are still in business today and have a very strong collector following. Now, this information came from distinctivedecor.com. I will put a link to this article in the description for you so you can check it out yourself. And they have some nice quality photos of some of the bird figurines and stuff on that website also. This one here is from giftshopmag.com news, and it's of Norman Sadiq, the founder of Andrea by Sadiq. It's more or less his obituary, but it does provide a little bit more information into the founders of the company. So this says, Norman W. Sadiq, 92, founder of Andrea by Sadiq, passed away peacefully Saturday, November 13, 2010, at his home in Hartsdale, New York. An industry pioneer, he founded the company with his father in 1936 as the Charles Sadiq Import Company. The creator of the world-renowned Andrea Bird's Norman's affordable collectibles were carried by tens of thousands of retailers across the world. Millions of his products continue to be cherished by consumers today. During the 1970s and the 1980s, he met thousands of his collectors during personal signings at retailers across the country. A World War II Marine, Norman broke new ground in post-war trade with Japan. An early innovator, Norman inspired Japanese factories to produce higher quality products and was the first Japanese importer to use cartons. Andrea by Sadiq products with the stamp Occupied Japan can still be found in the marketplace today. An overseas buyer for over 50 years, Norman also participated in the opening of China. Sadiq was one of the first to bring Chinese products to market, getting a jump on competitors by purchasing a warehouse of ready-made products and then venturing into the mainland to work directly with the factories. After 40 years as the sole overseas buyer, he taught his craft to his son Jim and daughters Andrea and Lauren, today's leaders of Andrea by Sadiq. Even before the war, Norman was an industry leader, heavily involved in early New York gift and lamp trade associations. His leadership continued throughout his career. In 2004, Gift for Life and AMFAR honored him with the Chuck Yancey Lifetime Achievement Award. Inquisitive and charismatic, Norman touched the lives of retailers, sales representatives, and fellow vendors. So, I thought that was worth sharing at least. I'll be honest with you, there's not, that I could find, a whole lot of other information on the company, which honestly doesn't surprise me, especially being an import company. But Andrea by Sadiq is definitely a very well-known, I would go so far as to say, household name in collectibles like these. What I found so great about these when I came across them is, well, for one thing, they were together. There was the set. Don't know. Sorry, Norman. So, one of the things I loved about these when I saw them was that they are set. When I first saw them, I didn't assume that they were automatically, Andrea by Sadiq. When I think Andrea by Sadiq, I typically automatically think of bisque pieces, the typical birds and florals and things like that you see quite a bit of Andrea by Sadiq, and are still collectible. Very difficult to find them without any damage, but the leaf petals and all those things, they tend to chip and break and stuff, but nonetheless they are still collectible, and some carry a very good value on them. So these guys were together, it wasn't just one lone lion by himself. When I was there, I really tried to closely look them over to make sure there wasn't any damage anywhere, and I couldn't find anything. And of course, when I turned them over, I noticed the stickers on the bottom, the Andrea by Sadiq. Now there is this little rubber piece in here, and I'll be honest with you, as bookends, they're really lightweight. Really lightweight. But often when you see these little rubber stoppers in the bottom, I won't bother pulling it out. But it's an option that you can pull out this rubber stopper and fill them with sand or something like that to give them the weight needed to do their job. I loved the style of these. This is a very, I'll just say classic style, sort of food dog style. So I guess ancient style. There is a long precedence of figurines in such this manner. And the fact that he's holding on to a golden orb, there's a lot of symbolism in this, and I really, really love it. I loved the hand painting on it. He's meant to look realistic. Does he truly, would you look at this and say, oh my gosh, that's a miniature lion? No, of course not. But he's done exquisitely well. I love the colors they used in his mane. They stayed natural, with him and stuff. I think he is really well done. Even the tuft of hair, like on the elbow, of the lion is there. I love that they have his tail wrapped up here. He's exquisite, and he's hand painted, and you can tell he's hand painted too. If you look at his little nose right here, you see like they missed painting right here. Now it's glazed, but the brown paint that's on the rest of his nose, do you notice they kind of missed that right there? You're probably not going to look at that and say, oh my gosh, they missed a spot. It's not really that noticeable. It's noticeable to me when I'm looking it over for any damage, any signs of crazing, chips, cracks, any of that. Because, they can be hidden. And it's, I have picked up more than I can count things that had some form of damage on them that I didn't realize in the moment, and even ones where I really thought I looked them over good. The other thing on them is he's done in sort of a Majolica sort of style, specifically on the base, just really cool, really, really beautiful, stunning pieces. They're kind of muted in their color, they're not, for a lion food dog style with a golden orb, they're not gaudy, they just look elegant, really. So I really liked them, and even if they hadn't been marked Andrea by Sadiq, they looked like quality to me. They looked like they were well done. They were well executed, So even if the stickers had fallen off both of these, I still would have picked these up if they looked damage-free. So, it's not always a matter of identifying necessarily who made it. It's awesome when you can. You betcha, it sure is. But being able to look at something and feel something and tell, or at least get a good gut feeling for quality or less quality makes a big difference, you know. And I say that with caution because there's a lot of things out there that are not good quality that sell for insane amounts of money, and I don't know why. I don't have those answers, but they do. They're very collectible. You know, my point is that being able to go and find something that you'll be able to turn around and flip for good money, for like things like in this instance where, you know, I picked these guys up for $5 or $6 a piece, and I was able to sell them. I had listed them at $120, and somebody had watched them, and I sent that buyer an offer for $110, and they took it. You know, which is fabulous. I was so happy that they took it. I was so happy that they sold quick. You know, the quicker they get out of here, the less chance they have to meet Theodore and his tail and, you know, all the things. So I'd rather them get moved on to a safe home sooner than later. So I was ecstatic that they sold. But the ability to go and find something like that, one, know it's not going to happen every time. Okay, put your expectations in a realistic sense would be my first and primary thing to tell anybody. But two is to learn to not rely on looking for who made it, the maker, designer, blah, blah, blah. Look for the quality in it. Look for the little things that you can pick up in it, and you don't have to have that information. Because I probably would have found out, you know, by Google Lens and stuff, that these are Android by Sadiq if they didn't have their stickers on it, but that's also not always the case. Anywho, I thought I would share that little bit of historical information on Android by Sadiq with you guys, and then I wanted to show you guys a few other things here. So I have listed on eBay a few other items that are Android by Sadiq, and one of which is this guy, this boy in blue. He's in perfect condition. He normally has a mate. He normally has a female version with him, but this is 7191 by Andrea, and whoever had it put green felt on the bottom, which is great because it protects him and your furniture. But he's in great shape, great shape. You know, I've seen these sell for good money, and then I've seen him sell for not so good money. I think, you know, where I have him listed at is probably right about where he typically, as of now, sells on average. But he's really cool. He's all bisque, hand done, you know, with these like gold accents and stuff all over him. I don't know. He's just super detailed. And let me show you. So like on his face, I mean, he's so incredibly well detailed. His hair and stuff, so incredibly well done. Even the dog is well done. I love that they gave texture to him and stuff too. Just super cool. I really like him. And this little piece, now I went to try, I have her listed on eBay, and then I also added her on Whatnot as something you can bid on. Let me bring her a little closer. She's stinking adorable. And again, look at the detail. So incredibly well done. I love this. Well, you can see her little bum there. But it's a little girl sitting with her little spaniel dog playing. And then it's on the bottom. There's nothing on here. I was able to find this pretty much by Google search. And the only problem with her is there is one little chip to her pillow, but it is on the back side, and that is the only damage. All of her digits are there. Just a stinking adorable figurine. I love her. Anyways, I went to try to run her in my Whatnot auction, and I couldn't find her. And I know she was in here, but I couldn't find her. And I have a box right down here with a lot of my like dog figurines and stuff in it, and she was of course towards the back, and Lassie in there was hiding her. So I wound up finding her yesterday or something, and I set her out up here so that during my sale this Saturday I will be able to run her, because I think she's amazing. All right, now this guy, or set of guys here, they are, what did they name it? Spirit of 76 by Andrea, and then it has the same Andrea by Sadiq gold sticker on the bottom here. Now these guys, I'm not sure. Let me show you a little up close here. So they're little drumsticks here. I am guessing that those may not have been originally ceramic, or if they were ceramic sticks that were put into their hands. Like their hands have little holes right here to hold it. And the reason I know this is because when I obtained this figurine, after standing there looking at it for a minute, it dawned on me that these guys got drums and no drumsticks. And so I started looking at it, and it was like, oh, it's not like they just got broken off. No. There's like perfectly, I don't know, pre-drilled like holes in their hands for holding the sticks. So I don't know if they originally had little wood sticks or not, but that's what I did. Is I took some toothpicks and I whittled them down, and then I even shaped the ends of them so they actually looked, you know, more like a drum stick. I guess you could technically take them back out if you wanted, but I don't know. I just thought they needed drumsticks, because how else are they going to play the drums? And whoever had them before also had put felt on here. But really cool, kind of a weightier piece, but so stinking detailed, so incredibly detailed. And when I got this piece, it was dusty. It had sat around a while. There was a thick layer on it. It took me a very long time and an extensive amount of Q-tips to clean this thing up. And I just, used a little bit of very light, mild, soapy water. And just went very slowly on it. But really cool piece. I have him listed on eBay as well. But I wanted to show you some other Andrea by Sadiq items that I have listed and available. They make quality products, and that's why they sell well, because they're quality. Alright guys, so I have a lot of stuff in my bin available for auction on Whatnot. A lot of it is stuff that's been in there technically, or I've had available on my auction since I started doing them. And when was that? Like 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago? So I want to add some new stuff to it. Let's go find some more. So here we are back in the dungeon, as I call it, or my shop. But I'm wanting to look around and find some more small, lightweight, for the most part, items that I can add to my Whatnot sales. I'm not looking to put everything, you know, that and have dollar sales on everything necessarily. I like adding my lower value items on there so that they can move at a cheap, super cheap rate. But I'd also maybe like to try adding in a couple slightly more higher end items. I'm hesitant to go too far with that because honestly, my Whatnot sales, for the most part, they don't bring big crowds. There's not big bidding wars on stuff. You know, things aren't getting bid up. And so generally what I have the item listed for the starting bid is generally what it sells for. And if you go take a look at my Whatnot shop, the vast majority is anywhere between $1 and $10. I don't know that I have anything on their starting bid higher than $10. And the even more so majority of it is all stuff that is probably $6 and under. So I would like to add in more $6 and over type of items and see how we can do. But here's one thing I was thinking as well. While ideally that's what I'd love to do, I also have things like these guys. This one, honestly, this dude's just terrifying, but he kind of looks like a dreamsicle piece. And then he's marked on the bottom with something. I can't tell it. I think it says Kristen copyright. So I don't know, but he reminds me of dreamsicle pieces for some reason. But then I have other ones in here that are like the cherished teddies. I'm not sure what that middle number is supposed to be. Out of 358, there's 3, this is number 3N9 or 3H9. I don't know what number that's supposed to be. Anyway, it's a 1991 piece, but that's really cute. There's no damage to it. Super cute. I know that there are some collectors out there for cherished teddies. I don't think that's a cherished teddy. Some of these in here are resin, some of them are, well, plastic. I don't know what he came from. Probably a Child's Play set. It looks like he would have had hands to climb on something. What does he say? Hong Kong? Made in Hong Kong. And apparently he has a little patch on his belly or something. This little guy, he's cute. He goes, I think, with Mom and Dad here. These are Homeco pieces. And so he's got his little car and Mom and Dad are sitting there. This is a terracotta one. I don't know. It's not damaged, but I don't know. I don't know if that's just for painting or what. This one here is the school teacher. I don't know who made it. I don't think it says anywhere on here, does it? Not that I can see. Huh. Okay, well, anyway, really neat one. Very good texture and stuff on it too. You got your little Homeco married bear couple here. That's adorable. Let's put that one out. These ones here. What does that say? 1991, Brooklyn, New York, made in Taiwan, ROC. All right, so that's a vintage little piece. This one here kind of looks like it goes with it, but maybe not. This one here is unmarked. I don't know. This one here is a hobbyist piece, and I think probably came from the same, whoever that person is, that did the more Valentine's one, mice upstairs that I have. This guy, well, he's got a chipped ear now, but he looks like he's a little more aged. Then there's this guy. He's, I guess, what you call a shelf sitter. He's supposed to sit and be like peering down. And then the rest of these guys, here's a little hedgehog. This dude doing something. I don't know what he's doing. And then I've got a little basket in here with 3 little pigs. Oh, I think they were glued into the baskets originally. Little baby pigs. I'd like to maybe get some of these guys listed, if not on Whatnot, eBay and stuff. But then I've also got some guys like these up here, some of these kind of guys. Let me pull this down. Okay, I hope I don't come across any critters in here, but you know, so like these little Homeco fairies, they came in a set of 3 originally, and if you have the 3 of them, I'll try and put a comp on the screen, but they actually sell pretty well. I only have 1, I think. So she might go on to Whatnot. Here's another one. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not Homeco, Unesco, something, but they're super cute. Got her little sheep there. These guys are all dusty and stuff, so I need to clean them up. This chair is, it feels like some kind of resin, but it is signed in here. Let me turn it. What's it say? Gabby something of Anna, 1998. I don't know. But it's textured in it. It really looks and feels like a real, like, wood stick chair, you know. This little gal and her puppy here, Homeco. I think I'll put a bunch of these Homeco folks on there. I might as well. I don't remember who made this one. It's not marked. And then this dude, fishing. His little fish, there he goes, his little fishing line there. Still has his original hook and everything on there, but he's not marked. This guy here is Homeco. Him and his puppies. This gal, she looks like she goes kind of with them. I don't know who did her. This one here is adorable. Oh, what's she say? Hand-painted porcelain, strawberry patches, Jasco, 1980 Taiwan. And it's impressed with Jasco. Doesn't look like she has any damage on her. I have to see if I can get that candle out. Oh, she's got a bunny back there. That's cute. I like that. Let's put her on. We got Grandma here. Just kicking it. She might be left-in or something. I don't know. I'll have to look into her. This is Homeco again. And oh my gosh, I think it was Homeco. I'm going to put a comp on the screen for the old man and old woman, like a couple, old couple, farmer couple. They're tall bisque statues, and I believe they were Homeco, and I came across them the other night, and they sell for darn good money. But here's the young boy version with his mini sickle thing and chicken. Here's another granny. She's marked, but I don't know who did her. Bisque lady. This one says made in Japan, number 49. She's just cool. So I think I'll add in those, and then, and these guys here, I'll put them in too. Oh, these little guys down here, I don't remember if either of them were marked. No. And his little hat's chipped, but that's okay. Anyway, so we got those guys. We'll do, I really hope there's no critters in here. I really do. I think these are all, for the most part anyway, made in Japan pieces. This is an adult little guy here. I don't believe he had any damage, and I think this stuff here is covering like applied flowers on it. But I need to get him listed. So some of these ones are ones that I don't know how comfortable I'd be selling on Whatnot. I don't know who made her. Let's put your cap back on here. Royal Dalton, I put question mark, mark incised on base. Okay, so she has that right there. Several made in occupied Japan people. So maybe I'll add some of those guys. This gal here, she's made, if I can get her out, she's made to look like Yadro, but Yadro is marked. I don't know of any Yadro that's really not marked, but she is very much made to look like Yadro. But I don't believe that she is. I cannot find any record of her anyhow. But very well done, very nice piece. But there are, I can't remember the name of the company, but there are other companies that do, I'll just say replica of Yadro. And I think that's probably what's going on with her. Here's this little gal. Her foot just says Japan, but she's cute. I'll probably add her in. Where can I set you, lady? Right there. Oh, and then these little pieces and stuff I'm going to add in. The other thing I was thinking on my Whatnot sale is possibly adding in some salt and pepper shakers. So I have a lot of these Japan ones, and then I have a few down here that need to be cleaned up. I believe these are still Japan of some sort. Figural pairs, some like vintage glass ones back here and stuff. And then this little set here, the box has seen better days, but if I remember right, I think those are still in good condition on the inside. All right, guys, I think that's it for this one. I just wanted to share with you the incredible sale that I made. I'm so ecstatic about that and so happy that those are going to go off to their new home. You know, I was not expecting that. And, but I thought it was important to share with you guys and show you that it does happen. Not every time, but it does happen. And I think me, especially these days, needed a big reminder of that. And so it kind of helped spark that little bit of oomph back in me that I didn't realize I was missing for a bit until recently. Until that, really. And I thought, I'm sure some of you guys out there are feeling the same way. And maybe we could all benefit from this good news, you know? It's inspiring in some ways. So But I'm going to work on getting some of these other guys uploaded to my Whatnot auction, which is this Saturday, or my Whatnot live sale. This Saturday, the 23rd, I believe, at 7 p.m. There's a link in the description to it, so you can go and bookmark the sale or go over and check out what's in the bins so far. I basically run my live sales just kind of willy-nilly. Basically, we just will randomly pick things to run unless somebody wants to run something in particular. And so I just every so often tell everybody in the room to let me know in the chat what they want to run, and we run it. And that's just kind of how it goes. And the sale ends when the sale ends. So it usually runs about an hour, hour and a half. And, you know, we have a good time. My husband's usually there giving his, you know, peanut gallery commentary in the background. But he's super helpful. He is able to kind of load up, pin the item and stuff for me. And it makes it where I don't have to sit and fuss with all that during the sale. So it's really helpful. And he reins in Theodore, because every time we go live, he's talkative. All of a sudden, he's got so much to say. So what are you going to do? I will be doing some more jewelry here very soon. I thought about adding a little bit in here, but I figured we'd had enough of jewelry for a minute. So, but we'll be doing some more soon. I'm gonna get going to the post office and get those bookends on their way to their new home before they close. And my father recently asked me why I never say in my videos to like, share, and subscribe. And I told him that because, well, everybody does that in their videos. And so I assume everybody else out there knows. And if they want to subscribe, I imagine they know how. And he looked at me completely dead honest too, and said that, well, hon, you know, there's some folks out there that are older like me, and, you know, we just don't always think of that stuff. It's always good for us to get a reminder. So, Pops, this is your reminder to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.